All right, kiddos, welcome back to part 2 of lesson 31. I want you to take a look at these words today. I'm going to give you a minute to look at them. Can anyone out there read these words? If you can read them, start at the top and read them out loud. Okay, I'm going to read them to you now. Child, find, old, and mold. Do these words follow the rules that we have learned so far? They do not. When we see a vowel followed by a consonant, we say it's a short breathed vowel. And these are actually the long sound. Child, find, old, mold. Okay. Usually when a vowel is followed by a consonant, it is the short sound, but there's actually a group of words that breaks that rule. Sometimes we have words in the English language that don't follow this rule. In some words that contain the letters I or O followed by two consonants, the vowels are long instead of short. There are enough of these words that we put them in a category all by themselves and name them the wild colt words. When you see a word like this, try the short sound first. If it doesn't sound right, then you try the long sound. So if I came to this word and I did not know it, I would sound it out with the short sound, chilled, chilled, and I would know that it really didn't make sense in the sentence. So now that I know that there's this other group of words called the wild colt words, I can try the long sound next, child, because when it's I and an O followed by two consonants, it is a long sound. Okay? Does anyone know why these words are called the wild colt words? Let's take a look at the words wild colt. Just get that out of the way. Here's the words wild and colt. If you take a look at them, let's look at the vowel. Here's the vowel I, followed by two consonants, and that makes the word wild. And here's the word colt, old. Colt is an O vowel followed by two consonants, and that's why it's a long sound. So these are two examples of that rule, and that's why we use them as the title of those words, the wild colt. Okay, I'm going to repeat that for you. This I is followed by the consonant L and D. This means that the I might have that long vowel sound. And again, you just try them both. Wild and wild. I can hear wild makes more sense and sounds better. Okay? Same with the word colt. And how do we code long vowels? With a macron. All right, with a macron. So wild and colt have long vowels, the I and the O. Let's go ahead and look back at the words that we looked at before. Child, we need to macron and underline that CH digraph. Find has the long I, old, and mold, all long vowels. So I'll repeat this again. Wild colt words are words that break our usual rule. They have an I and an O in them followed by two consonants, and that is when they make the long sound. If you ever come to these words and you're not sure, try the short sound first, because most of the time vowels followed by a consonant is a short sound. But if not, try the long sound and you'll see which one sounds better and makes more sense. All right, we are going to go ahead and take a look at the next page. Okay, and new words. And these new words I'm going to teach you today are wild colt words. So repeat after me. Find. Find. Go ahead and spell it out. Write it on your paper, and you're going to notice it's an I followed by two consonants. All right, number 2, hold. Hold. Repeat. It's hard to hear the long O in old, but it's not hold. It's not a short. So hold is H-O-L-D, and that O is followed by two consonants. And repeat this one with me. Wild. Repeat. Good, wild. I'm going to leave the high frequency word box and this other writing area for your teacher at home to work on. You can read and spell, and if you want to make up a dictation sentence on your own to practice today, you can. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back. There's going to be wild cult words inside of these short sentences or stories with a question. So we're going to RUW them. Matt will wind the clock at 10 and set it for 6 o'clock. The word wind is a wild cult word. The I is followed by 2 consonants. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and RUW. We're going to do this one together. When will Matt wind the clock? I'm going to look for the words wind the clock. Matt will wind the clock. Oh, wind the clock at 10. It says it right there. I'm going to cross out the U. When will Matt wind the clock? And I'm just going to use this sentence right here. Matt will wind the clock at 10. Period. Okay, that's the first one. Now I'd like you to pause the video and complete the rest of this page on your own. See you in a couple minutes. All right, friends. Welcome back. Here are your answers. For 2, 3, 4, and 5, I circled some keywords that I looked for back inside of the sentence. I did my RUs and Ws. Go ahead and pause the screen now and check through your work. And there's more on the back if you'd like to try some on your own. Just to remind you, wild cult words are words that break the rule when a vowel is followed by a consonant. It's short. It breaks that rule because when there's an O and an I followed by 2 consonants, it could be the long sound. All right, friends, go ahead and pause it, check your work, and I'll see you later.